My name is Brent Barnes, VP of Cultivation Genetics with Claybourne Co. in Paris, California. We are one of the leading California cannabis brands for indoor flower. So all of our products are full flower products, born and raised in Paris, California, in facilities that are filled with these types of racking systems. Multi-story for us was a cost savings analysis, to be 100% truthful. It was really a business model that showed cost savings analysis to go 3-story. The reality was that we did so many models, and when you started doing the models for the cost of the tenant improvements and the cost to build a facility and the production that was going to come out of it, every single time, single-story, 2-story builds were always right around the same cost per pound of product produced. Sure. The second that you stepped into a 3-story build, you reduced your cost per pound. Yeah. And you reduced it significantly enough where if you're a financial person, you looked at it and you're like, that makes sense. Multi-story racking systems are the future, in my opinion. The world fights us on energy consumption, on water use, on ability to grow things with lower needs. Multi-racking systems allow us to adjust to these futuristic goals. They allow us to reduce our cost of production by being able to change accordingly and being able to look at a system as a whole instead of looking at a system as a single story. It really did help us with multi-story systems, get us a different perspective in how to cultivate a product efficiently. Because in the end, being able to do this efficiently is what changes business models. What changes your cost of production. It changes the margin that you're getting on a product. And that margin, when times are hard, that margin counts, whether it's 1% or 10%. Any additional margin gain is always important, and multi-story racking systems helped us gain that margin. We use Pipp installation services for all of our racking systems. Bruce is a friend. It's like he came in, completely organized, working with everything direct from the facility. Everything was planned to the dot, when things were going to drop, when their installation team was going to be here. They even had their installation team offloading the trucks because some of this equipment is very large. It's like some experience is needed to pull off this stuff off of big trucks. They were here on time every single day, doing it for you when you needed them to do it. They finished the installation by walking everything through with you too. So when you're done installing the entire facility, when you're walking through the whole process with your installers, they finish by asking you if it's what you expected, if you need to change anything. They work with you on custom designs. So in our facility, we had custom fire protection designs that were required. Pipp worked with us to develop the right system that worked with our fire protection services. It's like all of these things matter when you're designing a facility this big. A facility of this size is not simple to design. It's like having a support service and customer service that guides you through that makes a huge difference, and Pipp offered us that service. We chose to do a 3-story cultivation facility, not only for space savings per square foot, but also return on investment. It's like the less floor space you take up and the more square footage of canopy that you have, you get a greater return on investment for that. So your cost of production is much lower. And in agriculture, a lot of what we do is based off of the cost of production. It's not necessarily based on yield. A lot of people will come to you and say, I'm getting 2 pounds of light, 3 pounds of light, 4 pounds of light. Some people 5, 6 pounds of light. It doesn't really matter. It's more about what the cost to produce that pound is what matters. You could be growing 2 pounds of light and your cost of production might be less than somebody growing 5 pounds of light. All right, and that is very important in our industry, and it's something that a lot of people don't really understand sometimes, or they don't want to understand it. Yield is always king. The cost savings, a lot of times what it is implementing a single room with more square footage than what a single story could have given you. And when you add 2 stories, you're also cutting that cost. When you add 3 stories, you're sharing those costs within the entire room. That's how multi-story grows benefit a cultivator even. It's like that small space is now occupying 3 times the amount of square footage.
The integration of these, oh man, I mean phenomenal. Just to be able to take your square footage and turn it into cubic footage is massive, especially in the industry that we're in. Obviously canopy is kind of our bread and butter. It's what allows us to keep growing and keep building as a business. And to be able to take these racks and put them up in a day. You know, you can put these racks up in a room in a day and be able to hold 1,944 plants, which is what this room does, is, I mean, incredible. And the ease of use for someone to just come in here and be like, hey, we need to move this rack over here, and they could wind it super easy. I mean, you don't have to, my 5-year-old daughter could probably do it, to be totally honest with you. To have that, and yeah, just the cleanliness and the ease of use and the drains, man, talk about something that is a game changer. This is it right here. Crews came in here with 2 guys, I think, per day, and they would put up pretty much a room in a day. For us, it was like a hands-off thing and more just an observation, but just the fact that he can do so much with just a couple of people and be able to do it in a day, especially with, in the cannabis industry, everything's on a time crunch, right? So you don't make money until you're growing plants. And so for him and for Pipp to be able to do it so quickly and so efficiently to allow us to get plants in here as quickly as possible, I mean, for that, you know, it's everybody can start making money, right?